Let's talk about small SMPs. Personally, I hate them. I hate them to my absolute core. I hate small SMPs with a passion, and there's a good reason for that. Um, but what is an SMP for people who may be scratching their heads right now? Well, an SMP is a survival multiplayer Minecraft server. Usually, you'll see these with big content creators. An example, this would be the Dream SMP. Pretty popular right now. Well, less popular than it was like a year ago, but it's still pretty popular. Epic SMP was a big one, or is a big one that I know of. SMP Live, which we don't really talk about because of people that were involved with it. But yeah, SMPs as a whole, I don't really have an issue with. I watch a lot of people on SMPs. I watch Swagger Souls on the Epic SMP. Sometimes I'll catch him streaming, or I'll watch one of his videos. But when it comes down to small SMPs, personally, I hate them. I hate them with a passion because of many reasons. And what would you define as a small SMP? Personally, I would say that a small SMP is a SMP made for small content creators. People under, quote unquote, 1,000 subs or 10,000 subs or whatever. People who aren't necessarily established in whatever community they're making videos on, whether that's Minecraft or TF2 or whatever. But most of the time, it's just Minecraft stuff. You aren't really going to see an SMP for TF2 unless it's for like an event, but even then, like, that's just kind of unheard of. So yeah, but like I said, small SMPs, I hate them for three reasons primarily. The first one is, why was it made? What were the intentions behind it? A lot of the time, what I've seen with smaller content creators is that they just want a shot at fame and money and popularity and all these things that they shouldn't really focus on, in my opinion. When it comes down to it, in my opinion, as a content creator, your responsibility is to entertain people. That's the first thing you have to do. You just have to entertain people. You have decided to become an entertainer, and the people who are watching your videos, they don't really owe you anything. If anything, you owe them stuff because they have allowed you to chase your dreams with an audience. And I think a lot of the time, people on small SMPs, or people who are creating small SMPs because it's the norm, don't understand the fact that, hey, YouTube is a little harder than you would like it to be. You're not going to get popular overnight as much as your favorite Minecraft YouTuber says you will. He's like, oh, you gotta have a cocky attitude about it. Don't do that, because honestly, it's the stupidest thing you could do. If you have a cocky attitude, people are probably not gonna like you. If you're fake, people are not gonna like you either. People will think you're just a piece of shit. And my advice for people who are starting out YouTube, personally, is just be a human being. Don't care about the numbers. Just do stuff because you want to do stuff. If you have ideas, do them. That's great. You want to have ideas. You want to do stuff to entertain people. Don't chase after stuff because it's cool or popular or whatever. Yes, money and fame is cool and shit, but it is not something you want to chase after a lot. That's what makes you a sellout. A sellout is a piece of garbage. A sellout is a piece of human waste. A sellout is literally a dumpster fire of a human being. Alright? I could name so many content creators who I think are sellouts, and I genuinely dislike their content and them, but I won't, because obviously we would be here for a very long time. So yeah, right off the bat, that's the first reason why I hate small SMPs, because a lot of the time the intentions behind them are not just to make memories or to have fun with friends, but instead do have a shot at fame. And obviously everyone nowadays wants to have a shot at fame. That's all cool and shit, but if your only intention as a content creator is views, clicks, money, fame, you are a waste of a content creator, in my opinion. You are a sellout. You should not even have a channel or a platform, in my opinion, because all the content that you are going to be making is going to be garbage. It is not going to be good content. It is going to be horrible, shitty ass content that nobody is going to want to watch. All right. Second reason, a lot of the time, these small SMPs don't have that great of management, because a lot of the time small content creators tend to be kids. They tend to be young teenagers, or teenagers who are like 17, 16, who don't really understand the concept of having responsibilities yet. And I get it, people have lives, people are busy, whatever. You can't dedicate everything to one thing that isn't going to be guaranteed something big, right? Nobody wants to do that, really. But a lot of the times in small S&Ps that I've been part of, a lot of the management has just been just lazy. Dates and times for events that we held were not ran by everyone. They were just like, yeah, this is when we're doing it. If you can't come to that time, or you're not going to be awake by that time, fuck you. Because, I'm going to do this by myself, even though I should have asked everyone on this server if it was a convenient time for them. And yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but I've had that shit happen to me. Okay, I've had stuff in small SMPs happen where it's like, yeah, we're doing this event this time. I hope that's convenient for you. And then, like, it's not convenient for me. I have other stuff to do then. I have to help out around the house or whatever. And the people are like, oh, well, that's too bad. I guess we got to do the event without you. And I'm like, or, hear me out, you could literally reschedule. But of course, they don't want to reschedule. They want to hold everything when it is convenient for them, not when it is convenient for everyone else. Along with this, people who are admins on Discord servers for these SMPs, or whatever, you have writers or whatever, or people who are greenlighting new members or whatnot. A lot of the time, since they are young people or young kids or whatever, a lot of the time they don't take the responsibilities seriously, and they just leave everything in the dust. And like I said, I understand people are busy. I understand they have lives to live. But if you make a commitment, you gotta stick by it. All right. Like, say for example, you try out for your high school's baseball team, whatever. I don't care if it does have one or it doesn't have one. This is just an example. You go and try out. You make the team. Congratulations. But then you don't start showing up to practices. You just blow it off. You say, oh, I'm too good of a baseball player. Because you aren't meeting the commitment to go and practice, your coach will say, you know what, fuck you. We don't need you. Get off the team, get off the field, and go away. That's the same thing that happens with these small SMPs. People in management will be like, yeah, I'm going to just blow this. I don't really need to do this shit. And then people that are above them and are actually in charge are like, you know what? I've lost, any confidence in you that I thought that you would do this stuff. I'm not going to trust you anymore with this stuff. So, yeah. Bye. I'm taking away your position and giving it to somebody else who might be a little bit better at this stuff. And that's what happens. And then those people are like, why'd you take away my shit, And then you have a whole argument on your hands, and just a nasty situation that you don't want to deal with, which just sucks. The third and final reason is a lack of audience for these small content creators. A lot of the time, you don't really want to make an SMP unless you have a good audience that will watch literally anything that you make. Along with that, if you have a lack of audience, it's not going to go anywhere. Yes, you can build up an audience with this SMP, but it's going to be more harder to do that than to build up an audience by yourself, because when you're building up an audience with a group of people, some people might have disagreements, you might have arguments, you might have fan bases that don't like each other or whatnot, and it can become a mess. Yes, a duo can do it, can grow faster off of each other, but if you guys have 0 viewers per stream and 0 subscribers, that's not a good time to start an SMP. Maybe when you guys each have like 100 subscribers on YouTube channels, or 10, or hell, even 3 viewers per stream. Yeah, that I would say, yeah, go for it. If you want to do that with whatever you're doing, go for it. But overall, please take what I say with a grain of salt. You can have a different opinion if you want, whatever. That's fine. But yeah, this is my opinion. This is why I think small SMPs suck, and they're just doomed to fail from the beginning. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. and I hope you enjoyed the video.